Coffee. Coffee with Tim Black. All right, hey, what's up, people? How you doing? It's your man Tim Black. Welcome to Coffee with Tim Black. Obviously, if you notice, I got a change in scenery for you. That's because Adam said that my background of the plain white walls was just plain white walls, and they need to go. So now we're down here in the basement, in the I would say the UFO, the Starship Enterprise. All right, happy Friday to you, and look, let's get the show started with this. Standing Rock. We all know about the Dakota Access Pipeline and the water protectors, right? Not protesters. Water protectors. Can we say that a couple times? Because every time I hear them talk about it, just call them protesters. No, water protectors. Momo, that's my guy. He said, Tim Black, we got to talk about this story because what's happening is, one, it's a media blackout on all information surrounding this camp at this point. Two, they brought in military vehicles and militarized operations to thwart the water protectors from holding a prayer vigil. That's right, a prayer vigil. Didn't want them to do that. And also, Facebook is colluding to censor them. So they don't want them live streaming. They're blocking them out that way, and the media won't cover them. And they're bringing militarized vehicles and people armed with assault rifles, cops, to stop them. Now, let's just back up a minute. The only reason why this story hit the national news wire is because this private security agency sick dogs on these people. Yeah, it took them to sick dogs on the people. Then they said, okay, we got to film it because Democracy Now's Amy Goodman reported on it. They said, wow, man, these dogs sicking on these people made us look bad. That's horrible. Let's get rid of that private security agency right now. That's horrible optics. We look bad having a little child get bitten in the face by a dog and pepper spraying all those people who were unarmed. So to show how decent they are and how peaceful and how cautious they are with the lives of the water protectors, they instead sent out North Dakota's finest, and they came with militarized Jeeps and vehicles and RMVs and RVs and MRITs and APVs and...
People are getting mouthy. Whoa. He's got a gun drawn. He's pointing it at people. We have no weapons! We got to tell the story. We got to tell the world. That's why we got to get out of here.
And they just showed up, armed to the nines, with helicopters and planes, tanks, for people praying. We realize what the water protectors are doing does not only support them, it supports everyone. This pipeline is running all the way through past Missouri. It's the only main source of water for these people and many other people who aren't out there with them, who just don't understand that they're going to have to buy a lot of bottled water if one of these pipes bursts or starts to leak, which it will. Next story. How many times have you seen the face of a conservative Republican about to explode because they're talking about how some poor person, stole some cheese from the store or, took some cigars or, something as crazy as, being unable to pay a traffic fine and they get their license suspended? And they say, look at the law. Well, did you hear what happened with Wells Fargo where these guys are having to pay back $4.1 million because they opened up all of these accounts unlawfully without permission in order to force people to have credit with them and then to, charge them for services? Oh, yeah, you may not have caught this one because this hasn't really been talked about mainstream wide. I mean, they mention it, but not fully in depth. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. Wells Fargo announced on Tuesday that it would claw back compensation valued at $41 million. $41 million. Now, if they got to give back that amount of money, I wonder how much money they actually made. Because they're not giving back every dime they made off this fraudulent deal. That's right. Carl Stossett, who led the Wells Fargo Community Banking Division, now engulfed in scandal, will surrender stock grants valued at about $19 million. The board said it has announced an investigation into the company's practices. Or you want to investigate why your people are stealing money from people and committing fraud. Yeah, see, fraud is that nice rich people's word for stealing. They stole. Now, fraud it is a felony, and if you committed it, well, you will go to jail. But when a corporation commits it, they don't go to jail. They just pay a little bit of money, which they make up on the back end by raising prices on services and fees and such. So that's the way the game is played. But see, the worst thing about this is not just what Wells Fargo did, opening these bogus accounts, taking your information, creating a line of credit just to penalize you for it. Nah, that's not the worst thing, guys. The worst thing is all the people who consistently toe the line, thinking that the world plays by the same rules. Man, America don't play by the same rules. There's rules for the rich and corporations, and there's rules for you. Why can't the people learn to be on the side of the people? While you complain about some single mother getting food stamps, Wells Fargo is stealing millions, and you say nothing. I think it's just that you're hating. You hate when somebody gets something, you don't get it, and you see these corporations as above you. It's not complicated. Stick with the people. These corporations are stealing. I'm not saying all corporations do this, but did you see what they did? They said, we need more customers. Well, let's go make them be customers. Who does that? And why is nobody in jail? These people should be thrown under the jail, but not a single person will go to jail for it. None of them. The corporation will pay a few fines, and like I said, they'll raise a couple of service fees, and they will cover their expenses, and they'll still make out, because this is America, and the only people that really get penalized are poor people, like you and me. Next story. Oh yes, the whole Hillary thing. Hey man, you know when the story first broke about the email scandal and FBI Comey was looking into it, and you know we're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're gonna make sure that we follow through, and we're going to use the full breadth of the law to investigate the actions and know. Well, when he came out and said, well, yeah, she was grossly careless, recklessly careless, but she wasn't recklessly careless on purpose, recklessly careless on accident, without intention. Well, look, here's the news about that. Shocking read. FBI Director Comey uses agents as pawns to protect Clinton and her staff. Agents made to ignore evidence. That's right. Comey told his agents, does that make her look bad? Oh, don't look at that. Move on. We don't want to actually do our jobs here. We just want to appear to do our jobs, Johnson. What is wrong with you? You're doing your job. You know what? If you keep doing your job, you're going to be out of a job, buddy. That's what's going to happen here. That's right. If you continue to try to do your job, you will not have a job to do. How about that? That's right. You know, Marcus Lemonis on the Prophet, he says, we're not going to worry about if we have a job. We're just going to worry about how many jobs we have to do. Well, you are not going to have any jobs to do if you continue to do your job. That's right. Remember what I said there, sir. All right, let's serve the people. In late 2015 through January 2016, many agents were frustrated with one issue. When was the FBI going to actually interview Hillary Clinton? That's right. When was Clinton going to walk through the doors of J. Edgar Hoover building and have to answer questions? So they got tired of going through the files. They wanted to actually talk to the woman herself in a typical FBI criminal investigation, which is what this was, which is what my friend H.A. Goodman kept telling you.
My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com.
If it would have been you or I, they would have came to our door. But since it's Hillary Clinton, they wait for her to make time in her schedule. Well, Hillary, you think it's possible that we could talk to you about this criminal investigation that we have going on? Oh, half past never? Okay, that'll be fine. Thank you very much. She's not coming in. Let that be you. Let that be you. You know what? If a sheriff in a small town somewhere in Kentucky, if somebody wants to talk to you, if the sheriff want to talk to you about anything, it could be jaywalking. They come to your house and knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Right? You put down the weed. But not Hillary. Oh, no. But she's just one of the people and got hot sauce in her purse. See, here's the thing you need to know. They gave everyone And I do mean everyone. They gave all her aides, they gave all her support staff, all the tech guys, all of them immunity, meaning nothing they've said, nothing they find out could be used against them at all. You understand? So basically, we're criminally investigating people, though we will never make any of you criminals, regardless to what we find. We just want to look at it just to say we looked at it and just put this thing under the rug. But see, the FBI agents, the good ones, they weren't in on the scheme. They're like, why aren't we doing this the right way? Why is she getting such special privilege? Why are we not talking to this woman? Why are we giving all this immunity out? And then, suddenly, without telling anyone, Comey jumps in front of the lectern and throws everybody under the bus except Clinton. That's right. That's how justice works in America. Yes, she broke the law. Yes, she was negligent. Yes, yes, yes. I was not wrong. H.A. Goodman wasn't wrong. They just lied and cheated. And that's the bottom line to it. So, walk it off, America. Think there's going to be justice? No, that's just for poor people. Didn't I tell you earlier, only you poor people, you peasants are the only people that have to obey laws. That's right. They got any more stories? Let me look. I got one more. Wikileaks is said to release some more documents this weekend, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Thumbs up to Wikileaks. I'm sure mainstream media will ignore it and blame the Russians, as it's done so famously over the last couple of weeks, because hey, man, it had to be the Russians. And what the whole thing with the Wikileaks that kills me is that it's not that they're saying the information is false or bogus. No one is denying the accuracy of the leaked documents. They are just complaining, saying you shouldn't have been able to see that. The truth. We should be able to lie, never get caught, and that fact that they got caught is the only thing they're complaining about. And now they're using the tactic of saying it was the Russians. But this is what you need to know, America. I don't care if it was your drunk uncle. If it's the truth, it's the truth. Right? Correct the record, guys. I'm just going to put this out here. To correct the record, apparently may have been plotting or is plotting to get people like Tim Black. That's right. A document release that I saw, but I can't confirm, is saying it's a conversation with some correct the record troll people or whatever who run the trolls. They run the trolls, and they were saying how they were looking at the polling coming in after the debates, and they're like, oh man, we have to go get these people online. We got to attack them. We got to use any means necessary. These people were going hard. They were planning a strategy to deflate and go after specific targets who are supporting Trump. I'm not supporting Trump, but I am not supporting Hillary. So by that case, you listen to everybody else, that means you're supporting Trump. So who knows what's going to happen? Just keep your eyes open, because in that document, they said, how serious is this? And someone in the document of this conversation in the text said, Seth Rich, serious. And as we all know, Seth Rich was mysteriously shot execution style in a robbery where no one took anything here in D.C. a few months ago. So, and Seth Rich worked for the Clinton campaign, and they say Seth Rich leaked some documents to WikiLeaks. All right, guys, that's it. Tonight is Friday night, and you know what Friday nights are. They are Freedom Friday, where you're allowed to call up to the show. The phone lines will be open, the full duration. You call in, you get 5 minutes to say whatever's on your mind, any story that I missed that you want to talk about, or some stories that I did talk about that you want to, elaborate on. You can do that too. It's going to be a good time, guys. I am drinking O'Hore's Prime Roast, man. This is bomb. This is fantastic. O'Hore's, my friend Holly Wood picked it up for me, and she said, Tim, you're going to love it. She sent it to me from New Mexico. And I'm just trying to tell you guys, some of the best coffee I've ever had. It's organic, and it's delicious. So shout out to O'Hore's for this great coffee. We should team up. You should do a Tim Black brew, and I should tell everyone about how great your coffee is every day. Hey, just putting that out there. I'm Tim Black, guys. Thanks for tuning in once again. I am gone. I'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know me, and you know, like I always say, don't you let nobody take your cornbread. Yes, yes, let's roll. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. You know, you can support Bernie Sanders, you can support the Green Party. There's people expressing their rights, expressing their freedom of speech, freedom to assembly.
And working with the likes of grassroots organizers like you.
You had the crowd energized.
Which means you can call into the show, 323-870-4064 tonight. Let's get out of here, and I'll see you tonight. And remember, don't you let nobody take your cornbread. I'm out. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am.